They're right what they say at medical school. You should never get emotionally involved.
Yes, but it's a bit hard to be objective about your own son. Well, at least they accepted Professor Georgeson in the end.
Didn't have any choice, not given his credentials.
I have to speak to the other two pathologists, see if they concur. If you'll excuse me.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Professor.
No, let's not build up our hopes.
Too late.
You can't miss.
Seeing this in motorcycle news?
Yeah, people are flocking by the hundreds. It's a captive audience.
I like it, Biff. Like it a lot. Bike rally? Yes. All right, you stick the ads in, book the Harley-Davidsons, and we're on.
You know, this could be a good day. Luke might be getting out of prison.
Really?
Yeah, well, Dr. McAllister's found some kind of professor bloke. He reckons he might be able to prove he's innocent.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'll see you.
See you. Oh, and well done.
Thanks.
I hope he's right about Luke McAllister.
Yeah, me too. Does Dad know you're planning this?
Why? Do I detect disapproval?
What about the noise?
What about it?
It'll affect the animals. It'll be an eyesore.
I disagree, and Frank would see it my way.
It's good for business, is it?
Yes.
You don't need the business. Why bother? What can you buy for 3 million that you can't buy for 2? Dad's got more than you both need.
Yes, he has. What am I supposed to do with my life? Bake cakes for the Heritage Farm? Frank's had the heart attack, not me.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Either I get out now or they throw away the key.
Well, we'll know soon enough. Are you all right?
You are an exceptionally lucky young man. Thanks to Professor Georgeson, looks like we can get you out of here.
We can't thank you enough.
Yes, thank you, Professor. Thank you so much.
Well, how?
I don't believe the guy's death was caused by inhalation of blood from a bloody nose, nor a heart condition called myocarditis. I believe the cause of death was what's known as HOCM, hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy. It's very rare. There's abnormal tissue in the heart, muscle fibers and so on, which could have caused the deceased's death at any time.
The prosecution will have to prove otherwise. And as they can't, they'll drop the case. Like I said, you got lucky.
Well, thanks. How did you know it was a defective heart?
When you isolate the possible and none of the possible applies, then only the impossible is left.
Sherlock Holmes.
No, Data.
Correct.
The android in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Who was also a great admirer of Sherlock Holmes.
Right then, let's make a start at getting you out of here. Make it legal before they change their minds, eh?
Come in. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Kathy.
Hello, Eric. Oh, we could kill for a cup of tea.
Oh, right.
Not chosen a bad time, have we?
No, not at all. Kettle's just boiled. See you wearing it then?
Yes, it's lovely. Yes, it is. I remember when men used to buy me jewellery.
Huh. Looks like you bought half of Houghton.
We're going back for the other half later.
Alice needs new clothes. She's growing out of everything at the moment.
Well, that's kids for you. They keep on growing.
Yeah, and even when they stop, you still worry about them.
What?
I was thinking about the McAllisters. What they must be going through at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather be in their shoes than the Dingles. At least Luke is alive.
But he didn't murder that boy, Eric. He's not the type.
No one's saying it was deliberate, but it was a fight. It may have got out of hand, but Luke threw the punch that killed Ben Dingle.
Yeah, I know that, but...
Yeah, but intentional or not, manslaughter is not to be treated lightly.
What if it'd been our Nick, Mum? You'd be singing a different tune then.
Well, of course I would, but I still feel for the family. Don't you?
Yeah, I suppose so. Eric, do you mind if I use your toilet?
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. You know where it is?
She's behaving like a saint with her husband, and she thinks I'm too soft. And so do you.
I don't.
Not much you don't.
Well, nothing more to be said there. Would you care to come to dinner with me tonight?
That was a quick change of subject.
Well, I didn't want to ask in front of Kathy. I didn't want to embarrass either of us again.
Would it embarrass you?
It would if you said no.
Man.
Do I take that as a yes?
Here we go.
So, everything all right with Elsa's visiting and that?
Oh, yeah, surprisingly. I never thought it would like, but, well...
Nice not to have a care in the world, isn't it?
Well...
I wish my life were like that, I really do.
I do have a bit of a problem, though, Seth.
Of course, when you get to my age, you see...
Kim's put me in a bit of a dilemma.
Eh?
She's asked me to, organise a classic gardening forum at the Heritage Farm.
One of my favourite programmes, that.
Oh, Frank Tay was going to organise it, like, but what with his heart attack? So I thought it might be a good idea to have somebody local on the panel.
Oh, aye?
Yeah, a local expert on gardening.
My advice and wisdom on matters green has been often sought of at years.
Yeah. Well, you see, a local expert had add a bit of spice to the proceedings.
I think I can say with all due modesty that I am a local expert.
Yeah. Right, well, how do you fancy being on the panel with the celebrities? They're recording a special in the village hall. You'd be on national radio, Seth.
How much?
Well, it won't cost you a penny, mate.
Very funny. How much?
Don't know what you mean.
Can you imagine a greater radiophonic tragedy? Me giving somebody good advice and it middle on it, my voice dries up on wireless.
Yeah, all right, I'll get you some beer in from the Woolpack, OK?
You know, Nick, that can talk me into out.
Yeah.
He's a right charmer, your dad, isn't he?
Well, it worked. It's over.
Oh, what a relief. We've just woken up from a nightmare.
Yes, now we can try and put all this behind us. After we've celebrated, I am going to send Jamie a crate of champagne.
Who's Jamie?
He's an old friend from medical school. He was the one that put us onto Professor Georgeson. Without him, you'd still be inside.
Well, he's free now, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
You know, Biff's been such a good friend to you. He really has, hasn't he, darling?
Yes, he helped gather statements, didn't he? But really, it was Jamie and... Professor, well, what on earth do we say? Thank you very much. I mean, words can't express...
Think nothing of it. I was glad to help an innocent man.
We don't know how to thank you enough, Professor.
You already have.
Yes, thanks.
Put it all behind you, Luke. OK?
A bottle of champagne. Professor, you will come and help us celebrate.
Thank you, but I've still some paperwork to finish. Official reports, procedures, rules and recommendations.
Can't we even give you a lift to the station?
Afraid not. You should all go home and start living again.
We intend to.
Before you get my bill.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks. Well, this is a real busman's holiday.
When's your shift?
Tonight.
I hope you don't mind, but I didn't want to talk in front of Christopher.
Not much chance of that. He's gone swimming again with Rachel. It's supposed to be next week, but he couldn't wait.
Not easy being married to a Tate, is it?
Tell me about it.
Promise you won't mention this to anyone.
OK.
I don't know. Frank's heart attack has brought it home to me how much older than me he is. And I'm wondering if marrying him, remarrying him, is the right thing for me. I mean, at some stage, I want a husband, not a patient.
You don't want to be in the same boat as me, you mean?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. That must sound awful.
That's OK.
No, it's a terrible thing to say about Frank and Christopher.
Don't worry about it.
I'm scared, that's all. I'm not as noble as you.
Kim, there's nothing noble about being trapped. Chris and I have few pretenses about our marriage. Toleration's the name of the game. It's not what you'd call stimulating or exciting.
No, I don't suppose it is.
Having said that, underestimate Frank at your peril.
I've never underestimated him.
The Tates are a rare breed. Chris isn't that dependent on me anymore. He's getting on with his life and enjoying himself. So will Frank if he has to. With or without you.
would still be inside, and probably for a good few years if he was Ned Glover's son.
Or Vic Windsor's or Jack Sugden's. No, the McAllisters have the connections and the money.
Absolutely.
That's why Luke's free, no other reason.
Well, maybe you're right, but you can hardly blame him for that. We'd have all done the same in their boat.
Well, I was grateful that Frank Tate backed me against Elsa.
They do say British justice is best money can buy.
Quite right, sir. Have another, old boy.
Oh, thanks, I will.
Put one in there, and have one yourself, eh?
Oh, thanks, Eric. Can I help you?
They're not here. Come on. Nice neighbourly sort of folk.
Yeah. Pistols at dawn, eh?
Well, it was bound to happen. High noon, eh?
But who's going to be Gary Cooper?
Is everything all right?
Jessica thinks some chamomile tea might help.
You might be right.
He's hardly said a word.
It's probably still taking time to get used to it all. Do you fancy eating out tonight?
Well, we've got nothing in.
Well, that should help us make up our minds.
Oh, Luke might not want to face the village just yet, though.
Well, no, you face worse things in prison, and tougher people, too.
No, I was thinking about whispers and all that.
All the more reason to eat out, and in the Woolpack. Not that we have to, but it'll show a united front. It'll show Luke that he's not alone.
What have motorbikes got to do with old-fashioned farming methods?
It's a way of attracting younger people who wouldn't normally be bothered coming along.
Well, I've heard some limp excuses for polluting the environment.
Oh, well, you can hear some more if you like.
Contest over.
Sorry, Frank. Shouldn't be going on like this.
Yes, you're right.
Can the Godfather speak now? Personally, I'm inclined to take a back seat, but for what it's worth, I've no views either way.
Frank?
Case closed until further notice.
Amen.
What else has been happening in the world?
Nick's been organising the Gardener's Question Time idea.
It's Classic FM's gardening forum. Everyone knows it's going to be Seth, at a price.
Thanks very much. Well, no snide comments yet.
Do you have to, Dad?
I'm sorry, Luke.
What?
Oh, just forget it. Well, without making too much of a fuss about this, I would just like to say... Welcome home, son.
Yes. Welcome home, Luke.
Yeah, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, nice one. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry. It's all right.
No, it isn't. I'll just...
Yes, thank you.
Oh, cheers.
Are you, all right?
Do I look all right, do I? 3 weeks. Felt like 3 decades. It's funny, isn't it, how it's the simple things, the air, the fields. It was an accident. One innocuous push. But I was still innocent. And I thought... I was wondering if it was gonna be years and not just 3 weeks. How could I? And I knew I couldn't. Just couldn't handle it. But I've got to get back to normal. Forget it. Get back to normal, that's what everyone thinks. Isn't it?
No. I don't. And you don't. You don't have to do anything.
What would you do?
Get on the bike and go for a long ride.
You think I would get out of my system, do you?
Doubt it. You'd enjoy it. Listen, Kim Tate's asked me to run a bike rally up at Heritage Farm.
Smart one.
I've put an advert in the Motorcycle News. Come on, give me a hand. There'll be a couple of quid in it for you.
I mean, you'd share. You?
Care in the community. That is for ex-jailbirds.
He's with Biff. He'll be all right.
If there's one thing I can safely say about my own son right now, it's that he's definitely not all right.
Darling, we'd only be in the way.
Can't keep it bottled up. It's chewing him up.
Look, he's only been out a few hours, Mum. Give him a chance. Besides, anything he's got to say, he'll be saying to Biff.
Biff's not his family.
Well, exactly.
Look, your mum's a bit anxious, that's all. He's been through a terrible experience. God knows what could have happened to him in there.
Yeah, well, there's only one way any of us will find out, and that's if Luke decides to tell us, which he probably won't.
Why won't he?
Well, I wouldn't.
Why not?
Because you're my parents, and you'd like to wrap us both up in cotton wool.
No, we wouldn't.
That's nonsense.
Good, because you can't. We can hunt for our own food out in the jungle, honest.
I wouldn't worry about anybody at school or in the village.
Who says I am? The Tingles aren't the shy, retiring type, are they?
I'd say they were more like psychos.
If someone had killed my brother, I wouldn't just stand back and leave it, would you?
I'd give him a quid. I can't stand my brother.
What do you mean?
Listen, Luke. When the time comes, let's be ready.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a wonderful meal. I really like Greek food.
Well, stick with me, Caroline, and I'll show you the world.
Yorkshire will do, thanks.
Coffee?
Yes, please.
I'm so glad Nick and Elsa have sorted things out with Alice.
Oh, me too. I can't tell you the relief.
Well, we all do things we're not proud of.
Yeah, usually when we're very young, thank goodness.
I think Elsa's been through it recently. What with losing her mother in the crash, her brother going off the rails. I think snatching Alice was more a cry of help than anything else.
Maybe. I think the jury's still out on that one.
Be fair, come on. She did bring her back, eh? What?
You always look for the good points, don't you?
I don't believe in judging people prematurely, that's all.
You're probably right.
A few months ago, I do a deal with a painting in good faith for the benefit fund. A week later, I'm the devil incarnate because the painting is worth something and I don't realise it. To listen to Frank Tate, I made the profit, not the dealer.
Look, there's no point dredging this up, Eric.
He virtually accused me of having my hand in the till.
It's in the past. It's best forgotten.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's not spoil a lovely evening by ending it on a sour note.
There'll be no chance of that. I can guarantee it. Sugar?
Ah, they're making a comeback. That Van Weevils.
Oh, great. Right, well, I'm a punter, and you're on the pan, Seth. How do I get rid of it without using toxic pesticides?
Easy.
Well, go on, how?
That's a very interesting question, sir. And the answer is getting back to basics. No, scrub that. No, it's all about going back to before we had pesticides. And the answer is worms.
No kidding.
Nematode worms, to be precise, and damp ground.
What, you just water the soil and that's it?
Yeah. Nematodes are microscopic, and they attack the grubs, the infant weevils, and then they kill them.
Very impressive, Seth. Well worth a pint, that one.
Aye. Maybe worth another.
That was a lovely way to round off the evening. Thanks, Eric.
Don't bother with that, Caroline. I'll do it later.
OK, if you're sure.
For you.
Oh, Eric, I don't know what to say.
May I humbly suggest that you open it first?
But you've already bought me this lovely brooch.
Open it.
Oh. Oh, it's beautiful, but I can't possibly accept this.
Of course you can. And I'll be deeply offended if you don't, and I'll never, ever, ever talk to you again.
That's blackmail.
Guilty.
But, Eric, this is a genuine article. It must have cost a fortune.
Not as much as you think. Honest.
Thank you.
It's not a perfect match, but you set each other off quite nicely.
It's so beautiful.
Not as beautiful as a woman is wearing it.
Well, the old school tie network came good. We had the connections and money to back them up. What would your folks have done?
Note. Well, maybe get called as character witnesses for the prosecution.
Yeah. And here I am, free as a bird, instead of being huddled up in the corner of a cell.
Won't be a minute.
You're going to need a hospital this time, McAllister. Not a lawyer. They might help you get away with murder, but we won't.
All right.
What are you doing here?
Making the odds even.
This is naught to do with you. You better sleep with one eye open, McAllister. Because we'll be carrying out our own form of justice. Soon.
They mean it. They're not going to go away.
Neither am I.